It goes.
Are we on?
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, it's been 2 weeks since we put this one in the water. This is Giganticado. He still hasn't popped any kind of root on the bottom. Can you get really close on that bottom? There is a little nub there. And now there's a second one. So there are two, but they're just not popping out yet. It's not quite doing anything yet. But that's Giganticado. And then a week later, we ate the other one. This one's nut was even bigger. It's taking up almost the whole mouth here. It had a little piece sticking out. And it's only been in this water for about, 4 days?
Yeah.
And it's like tripled in size. Can you see how long that is now? This one's big. So this one, we know it's going to go. I'm not liking the discoloration of it. The house isn't quite as warm as these particular ones like to be in. But it's germinating. It's fighting. So Giganticado is losing so far to Kingcado. So we'll keep this updated on who's going to win. We also have in here, just out of curiosity, we've been keeping it in the fish tank to help keep the heat together. This one's actually a bean. He's just starting to pop a little bit on that. And then we have 2 paprika peppers that we are starting early for the season. There's 2 seeds in this one and 2 seeds in this one. These are their little greenhouses.
These are peppers?
These are the paprika peppers. Those brown ones, and they're about like this long. They're like this long. They have a very woodsy taste to them. Okay, so they end up, when you dry them in something, especially like an oven, they end up being very smoky tasting, which is a really nice paprika. So they'll take about 100 days to get to fruit. These ones, should be just about the same thing. So we're looking at 3 months.
Well, not 100 days to fruit. They
No,
fruit
not
in
to
like
fruit,
20
but
years.
Yeah, where's our avocado? Oh, on the other side of this. I have my avocado there. That one's actually almost 2 years old now.
That
one
avocado over there, yeah. But it's
on
still,
that
it would be 20 years before you'd get anything.
Well, yeah, that's true. And then we have the avocados up there.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see them up there? Like my finger pointing out?
Yeah.
4 of them. Those ones were just done this last spring. Summer. They were summerish when we did them. And those 2 lemon trees right there that we are...
air layering off of, they're too tall right now.
Yeah. And they'll probably get air layered even again, because even the air layers are too long. So we'll have maybe 6 lemon trees in... Can you show the snow coming down? In upstate New York. That's, yeah. So anybody wants a lemon tree, and they got a nice good window for it.
And these lemons are at least 6 years old.
Yeah,
already.
So, I mean, if they were bushy enough and healthy enough, they could have fruited. But, they're just not...
If you feed them and put them outside for spring, summer, beginning of fall,
right,
you might get some fruit.
So if we take these, because we're not allowed to have an outside garden here in these apartments, but if we take these to her grandmother's house, we can stick them outside. Now, the misnomer on the citrus, oranges, lemons, all the hybrids, thus, they're not actually supposed to be out in the sun. They are an understory tree. So if you have your big elms and you have a lemon tree or an orange tree underneath, down south like in Florida where the sun's just really harsh, you're not going to get the that white fungus that's affecting the orchards down there right now. They're having a horrible problem in Florida. They're losing whole orchards and stuff to these things. It's because the sun's too harsh right now. Solar optimum or something like that we're going into. So if you have an orchard that's got a even taller tree forest growing around it, I'm aware of like 4 of them down in Florida that have been overgrown by elms and things like that. So all their orange trees are in the understory. None of them have any of the fungus. So they can actually do quite well in a house if they're in the sun and it's nice and warm, and you
just won't get any fruits if they're indoors, really.
You can, but there's a, and I don't know what the ratio is. There's a certain size stem you need, and branching, the way the branching is, that the tree will say, hey, I can actually afford to have some fruit because I can sustain them and without breaking a limb.
Look at how big.
These are not at that point at all. So they're just not going to fruit until they can physically bear a fruit.
Mention the,
This?
Yeah.
What is this called again?
I just had it in my head.
Early senility, man. You hit 50 and you forget all your words.
Yeah, it does have a thing in the front.
No, it's not even on there. So these are those Christmas flowers. I can't remember what they're called. They bloom around Christmas time. And Tara was the little busy bee with a paintbrush and went and fertilized the flowers.
Pollinated all of them.
Pollinated the flowers from another one that had flowered before this one did. So these are actually the seed pods from the fertilized flowers. We're just going to let Mother Nature, dictate to us how and when to do these, because there's different information online saying when you can harvest the seeds, how to germinate those seeds, and how to plant from seed. Most people who have these don't germinate. They propagate by the root ball, by the bulb. The bulb.
They cut it into like quarters.
You can cut it. You can cut this down to 32s. Okay, to a 32nd. Okay, not just quarters and then eighths.
Can you pick it up
16ths.
and bring it over?
I didn't want to drop it on accident.
That's fine.
And then have you yell at me.
Can you give me?
They look like worms.
Yeah, I know.
Those are nasty looking.
Look at all the roots. Oh no, it actually broke the paper thing. That's kind of sad. Can I get that out? I thought it had the name on the back. Amaryllis.
Amaryllis, that's the name. Yeah. Yeah, that early senility.
Mine were red ones. Yeah. Big amaryllis.
This was actually in the sale bin because it wasn't that healthy when we got it. And Tara went and nursed it all back to health, and it turned out to be
No, you're thinking
really
of the
good
hibiscus.
One. No, this one too. You told me that
this one was just one of those wax ball ones. I took it out of the wax ball because I don't really like those.
I don't really like them either.
That's why mine is twice as healthy than Grandma's.
Well, I mean, you got like 9 times as many leaves on the
Yeah, but Grandma's looked like mine in the beginning.
Well, yeah.
She kept hers in the wax ball. I took mine out.
And she has thrown it out since.
No, she still has it. It's just not flower. It's just leafy now. And her leaves are only like this big.
Yeah, her leaves never got big. I'm wondering how long these leaves will actually last if we just leave it be.
They should last until, I think, was it spring or fall?
Well, when you got me one of these 10 years ago,
yeah,
in the room, I let it go. I let it stay a plant. I never cut anything down. I didn't put it in a closet. I didn't let it die off and then make it a bulb and then plant it the next year. I just left it as a plant, and it always just, was this.
It never flowered? I think they have to have a cold, dry period to flower.
Well, see, I moved. Remember that one your grandmother talked about where it had 3 stalks and that was actually mine.
Oh.
Okay. But you know how all my plants that were in that room.
Well, she's renowned for not watering plants, so she probably let it dry out and it's stressed out, and then it decided, hey, I'm going to flower since I'm stressed out.
So there's a spot on this one. I wonder if that's from
those are probably the damage from, they had this weird, stupid sparkle snow shit on this leaves of this thing, and it damaged a lot of the earlier leaves. I don't think there's any more that have...
This is the first time I'm really looking at it.
There's a little bit of damage right
well,
there.
I'm wondering what these
I took
little
all that
white
stuff out.
things along the edge are. If it's just like chewed up or if this is some kind of like
No,
parasite.
some of that is damage from the snow crab.
Is that the snow crab? Okay. So I wasn't sure whether it's...
It's doing fine. I think I need to repot
Well, look
it.
at this stuff that's on my fingertip.
Not doing so great.
That I just pulled off. So what is that?
That's fine. Don't.
That's
The
not like
plant-
little bugs
This
or
plant
anything?
is healthy and happy.
Okay, fine. Yeah, but we do need to also get dirt because this thing's going to
Yeah,
need
we're
a
out of
slight